Welcome back to KARE 11 News Now. We know practically everyone uses social media, but the Surgeon General's office finds a third of teenagers report using it almost constantly. And that's particularly concerning considering what researchers are finding it does to your brain. Rena Sargentopoulos has more on that and a group of Minnesota moms taking action to keep kids off it as long as possible.
How was your day?
Most parents are keenly aware of how social media has been affecting our kids. We're also aware that once they start, it's hard to pull back. So what do we do? A group of moms from Edina, Minnesota has decided to take a different approach.
We had to get ahead of it.
Attacking the problem on the front end. Each of them has an oldest kid in the 4th grade, none of whom have been on social media yet.
I reached out to my 4th grade boy mom text chain and I was like, hey, this has been on my heart, it's been on my mind. Do you think we could do something?
Buzz Off Social is an initiative that we formed. There's a pledge that the families can read together. It talks about staying off social media until you're 16. We can show these names to our kids and say, hey, your friends are also not going to be on social media, which takes away that peer pressure.
A pressure that is very real.
It definitely has a negative impact on mental health.
Owen O'Neill sees it in his friend group and beyond. It inspired him to do a research project last year and to work with these moms to create the website for the Buzz Off Social Pledge.
I see the same photo of a girl like 20 times because everyone wants to be the one to repost her and really feel validated. And then some people don't get any reposts, and it's kind of a social hierarchy almost.
And that is just the tip of the dangers that hide inside social media sites.
This like-based economy and kind of like how it's pulling them into kind of watching other people's lives and not living as much of their own.
Dr. Joshua Stein says this move to videos has led to mindless scrolling, but it's not just a time waster. It's causing something called brain rot. We as adults probably feel it too, but listen to how he explains why it's even more concerning for kids.
Our brains are losing working memory skills, they're losing computational skills, and that's for people my age who develop them. And so kids are not developing the same skill sets, the same effort sets, the same ability to use their brain, and that's kind of scary. We're seeing more and more evidence that kids don't hold things as long. They can maybe hold it in working memory for an exam, but then it dissipates. We see that there's issues with anxiety, body image, and at some points can lead to self-harm, depression, and other larger concerns. So what steps are these companies going to take? Because this is something that's causing detriments to human beings.
Dr. Stein does believe the pendulum is swinging the other direction. The state of Minnesota last year requiring districts to create policies around phone usage in school. And some countries like Australia recently taking the aggressive move to ban social media for kids under the age of 16.
We have heard the cries of families who are suffering.
Under the new law, tech companies are required to crack down on underage accounts or else face millions in fines.
That's pretty huge.
Denmark, France, Norway, Malaysia, and China have all either passed or intend to pass restrictions for kids and social media. And until tech companies or our government does something similar, it's up to us to fix it. Put the peer pressure on the parents.
I think that a lot of parents know that it's not good for our children, but do it anyways. So their kid is included and isn't left out of their friendship circles. So hopefully we're making this easier for parents also to say, hey, here's a pledge.
And I think that kids are smart enough to take in that message and start to understand the why instead of just being told no.
Hopefully this will jumpstart and get the ball rolling.
What an important and timely story by Rena Sargentopoulos there. And we're not even talking about the bots yet, which is something I talked to Rena about in the special on this. So we have so much more with Dr. Joshua Stein. It's streaming on KARE 11 Plus right now. He's got advice on how to navigate this, what you should be looking for when it comes to changes in behavior in your kids, and when to get help. We also have a link to Buzz Off Social Pledge, which these moms are hoping will take off beyond their community, maybe even across the country, and that's over at KARE11.com. It's lucky number 7 for the cheer squad at Bloomington's Jefferson High. This team brought home another national championship. Gordon Severson has more on this dynasty.
In the world of sports, it's not easy to win a championship. At Jefferson High School in Bloomington, the cheer team has done it not just once,
It's a super fun experience.
but 7 times in a row.
7 in a row for game day is something that no other team in the nation has done, and it's something that we were kind of gunning for all year.
Last weekend, the team won its 7th title at the National Cheerleading Championship in Orlando, Florida. Seniors Ava, Liv, and Peyton were a little nervous going in since they had a legacy to uphold, and half of the team this year were new to the varsity team and had never competed at nationals before.
Yeah, which was a big change. We haven't had that big of a shift since probably around 2021.
The girls say they relied on their coaching and culture to pull off the win this year, and they believe it's their passion that gives them a leg up over the competition.
When we do our routines, our goal is to create a feeling to the judges and to the audience, and I think what sets us apart is that we all just buy in and love it so much.
And all 3 of these young ladies will be graduating at the end of the year, and they are hoping that this legacy will continue. They say it'd be fun to come back here to school after a few years and to see a few new trophies in the trophy case. Gordon Severson, KARE 11 News.
7-time national champ in high school. That's amazing. Congrats to them. Thank you, Gordy. Hey, stick with us. We got more news and weather coming up after the break.